I want to talk just a minute about decluttering my brain. Yeah, there's a gazillion things on my to-do list, but what needs to get done today? Today's video is an open collaboration hosted by Sunday Dawn over at The Helpful Home. This is called the Tiny Tidy Tuesday. There's also a playlist in my description, so go visit all the other participants and find out how to stay motivated to get your to-do list and your tidy-ups done. I have a banker's box there of the books. I still have not taken those over to the thrift shop, and it's really been bugging me. Like, that's on my to-do list, my master to-do list. I always like speak to my my device, you know, my Alexa device, and I instruct that to add things to my to-do list throughout the day. So I always have this ongoing master to-do list that I can access on my computer or TV screen or phone. So it's really great. But then each day I kind of pull things off of that that are the priority for the day. And today was really tough because I'm getting ready to go over, well, tomorrow I'm going to go to out of town for just one night, and we're going to go see a Bronco game. It's just a night, it's a getaway with some friends, and it's just a couple days. But, so I have that coming up, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to figure out what I'm wearing, and it might rain, but it might not, so I need clothes in case it rains, and then what if it doesn't rain? So all this stuff is going on in my head. Okay, I'm behind on laundry. I need to vacuum the car, because I think we might be driving, and this stuff is bugging me. I should take that to the thrift shop. So like today, it's all about prioritizing my to-do list. So yeah, there's a gazillion things on my to-do list, but what needs to get done today? So when I asked myself that question, it was a lot easier for me to figure it out. So I worked on my to-do list. I wrote down a few things, like I do need to vacuum inside the car. I need to pack a few clothes and do a load of laundry, and I want to change out the hummingbird feeders because I do that every 3 days, and if I don't do it, it's going to be 4 days tomorrow, and then 5 because I'm going to be gone for a couple days. So I need to do that because it's, you know, the hummingbirds are getting ready to migrate, and that's something that I don't like to leave my water in there, the nectar, the water that I make for the hummingbird feeders. I don't like to leave it in there too long because it's not good for them. You know, if the sugar water ferments, and don't want to do that, you know. So that's a priority. So I'm going to work on that. I mean, that's not going to take that long. So on top of all of that, I really want to like put a stake in the ground and get a good workout in. Like, it would be so easy for me to say, no, I won't work out. But that's really important to me, my self-care. I'm making that a priority. So I'm going to do a full workout today. And John's coming home early, and we're going to go grab some dinner tonight. So the backup of laundry that I haven't done is going to have to wait. There's a lot of things that I'm just like, that box may sit there. It bugs me, but it might sit there, you know. I have a few things, other things that were on my to-do list that I had to let go of because I can't do it all. So I also had a few things on my mind that were draining me, like they were. Okay, I'm back. I needed to declutter my phone gallery, my camera gallery, because I had no room left. I'm doing some digital decluttering there, and now I want to talk just a minute about decluttering my brain, because all of these things on my mind, as I'm trying to focus on what needs to be done today, like really prioritize what really does need to get done. I have all this stuff going on in my head, like, oh, do I need to get a derma roller? I'm almost 60 now. I need to take better care of my skin. And so I'm like, all these things that are on my mind. Maybe I need to get a new mop, because then maybe I could mop easier. I love my mop, but I've been looking at these automatic little Roomba machines that mop your floor, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting mesmerized. And so, and then there's of course some, you know, bigger things, like, you know, I was talking to my son, and he's like, oh yeah, they raised my rent $200 for this next year. So I'm like, good grief, you know, like all this stuff that, you know, weighs on our mind. And I so I was having trouble focusing. So I started a toleration list. The things that you are tolerating in your mind that drain your energy, that, you know, that if you just contain them and just captured them. So I was trained in extreme self-care coaching back years and years ago. And there is a coach out there, Cheryl Richardson, who wrote a book called Extreme Self-Care. And so she talks about extreme self-care, and she talks about energy drainers, aka your toleration list. So let me just put my reading glasses on here because I have a bunch of notes here. But this is from her book called Extreme Self-Care. And so the thing about tolerations, let me see if I can move this over a bit so I'm not quite so wonky with the camera. So the toleration list, it's various things in your life that you're tolerating or putting up with, which ultimately drain your energy and they affect your overall well-being. Now, these can be physical, emotional, mental, or environmental aspects that create stress or discomfort. The idea is to become aware of the energy drainers that take steps to eliminate or minimize them in order to create a more positive and nurturing environment for yourself. So some examples that might appear on a toleration list include clutter and disorganization in your living space, unhealthy relationships or toxic friendships, unfulfilling or overly demanding work commitments, negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, poor eating habits or lack of exercise, financial stress or issues, lack of boundaries that lead to overcommitment, or unresolved conflicts or emotional baggage. So those are some of the areas that you might look for when you're thinking about your list. And just create a list. Get a notebook and just start brain dumping all the things that are bugging you. It could be anything small from the light in your refrigerator went out to the neighbor keeps playing their music loud. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do anything about them in this moment, and maybe there's nothing you can do, but you are tolerating them. Oh, get it out. Oh, it feels so good. And now in her book, Extreme Self-Care, Cheryl Richardson encourages readers to take action by addressing each item on their toleration list one by one. And then, so you can go through them and go, okay, what can I do about this? And if there's nothing, cross it off and move on, because there'll be several things on that toleration list that you can do. Now, this isn't something you do one time. Make it a part of your ongoing routine. And if you are someone who likes morning pages like I do, which comes from Julia Cameron's The Artist Way work, and there's a book by that name, then incorporate this into your morning pages. So every morning you write 3 longhand pages and allow your tolerations to flow out on the paper. Here's what's bugging me today, blah, 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 blah. And you just write it all out. That's a form of a toleration list as well. So find what works for you. Anyway, just wanted to jump in and share that with you because I found this is my life's blood. This is the kind of stuff I'm working on constantly, and it's why I became a life coach. And even though I'm retired, sort of from that, I still have a lot of passion around this topic. So yeah, thought I would share that. Hopefully it helps you. Let me know if any of that resonates with you, and I'm going to jump onto my to-do list. This is the future Vicki Marie. I'm back from our trip. I have, as you can see, I have a few things still out there, but I'm making progress on my list, and I'm doing what I can do and letting go of the rest. And I'm not stressing over those things that really just, the things that I'm putting up with. Life isn't about perfection. It's about making progress, and I'm making progress. So if you're like me and you have a ton of stuff rolling around in your head, get it out on paper and just, put it aside and focus on the priorities, which you get to set. You get to set those priorities, what's important to you and what really does need to be done today. I hope that this has helped you in this week's Tiny Tidy. I do a little bit, something different every week, but I generally do things around tidying up and getting things done around your house. And I try to bring a little bit of a creative spin on things because I think that helps us just get some perspective around it. So let me know if you like videos like this one. And if you'd like to see more videos, be sure you subscribe to my channel and come back and see me. And do go over and check out Sunday Dawn's channel and the playlist for the other participants and get some more motivation. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're doing well. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.
I know you're all about the good vibes.